China is one of the largest countries in the world with the highest population. In 2020, over 1.4 billion people lived there. It is a country with a rich history, ancient traditions, and a unique culture. In China, there is a very ancient system of astrological signs that is so interesting that it is used all over the world. The Chinese zodiac is a scheme in which each year corresponds to an animal and its presumed characteristic traits, according to a 12-year cycle. It is based on the lunar calendar. The animals in order are rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. All the animals are associated with one of 5 elements: wood, earth, water, fire, and metal. They are also assigned either an yin or yang symbol, depending on the year. In China, there are 37 cultural heritage sites, 14 natural sites, and 4 mountain ranges listed by UNESCO, including Mount Tai, the famous Great Wall of China, the Peking Man Site Museum in Zucudian, the Mogao Caves, the mausoleum of the first Qin Emperor, the imperial palaces of the Ming Dynasty, and more. Only Italy has the same number of UNESCO sites, 55. In China, it has become a fashionable trend to replicate cities and villages from picturesque corners of the world. The mining company China Minmetals decided to replicate the Austrian town of Hallstatt, and built an almost identical replica, including key features such as the parish church and famous fountain. There are no laws prohibiting the construction of copycat cities in other parts of the world, and no permits are required. Alexander Schutz, the mayor of Hallstatt at the time, visited the opening in 2012 and signed a cultural exchange agreement instead of being angry at the replica in China. He saw this situation as an opportunity to develop tourism in his hometown. Despite covering a large territory, China uses only one time zone. The country spans 5 geographic time zones, but it was decided to use Beijing time everywhere to promote national unity. As a result, although sunrise in the east of the country occurs in the morning at the usual time for a sunrise, in the west of the country it is registered later. In Chinese folklore, there are stories about a person or creature that lives in the forest and is referred to as Yeren, which means wild man. In 1970, an expedition was conducted to search for the so-called wild man after reports emerged that it had been seen in the Shenangjia area of Hubei province. Hair samples, footprints, and eyewitness accounts added to the mystery surrounding this creature, but as of 2021, it has still not been found. The Imperial Palace in Beijing, built in the 15th century, is the largest palace in the world. It involved the work of around 1 million laborers and was designed by 3 architects. The palace consists of 980 buildings with 9,000 rooms. The buildings cover a total area of 178 acres, 0.7 square kilometers. The Imperial Palace is listed in the Guinness Book of Records as the largest palace in the world and is included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. Railway network in China is so extensive that if you were to add up all the other high-speed rail lines in the world, their length would still be shorter than China's. In 2017, its length was 19,999 kilometers. It is expected that by 2025, the system will expand by another 14,999 kilometers. Many countries have been producing alcohol through fermentation for hundreds of years. However, China has the oldest evidence of consumption of alcoholic beverages. In a Neolithic village in the Huanghe Valley in China, clay pots were found during excavations. These pots contained liquid sediment that showed signs of fermentation. Typical fermented beverages include fruit wine, mead, and rice beer. These pots were evidence that fermented beverages were produced as early as 700 BC, making them the oldest artifacts demonstrating the production of alcohol. The giant panda, or simply panda, is native to south-central China and can only be found in the wild in its homeland. Pandas live in mountainous areas, mostly in the Sichuan region, as well as in Shaanxi and Gansu. 99% of their diet consists of bamboo, which can only be found at certain elevations. As of 2015, there were around 1,864 pandas living in the wild in China. Unfortunately, these animals are under threat of extinction, and their population is expected to decline inevitably. On July 23, 2016, Aid Group, a mattress manufacturer, attempted to break the Guinness World Record. They had 2016 employees line up with mattresses attached to their backs to play the world's largest, human dominoes. One by one, they fell on top of each other like dominoes. And within 15 minutes a new world record was set. Chinese New Year is an official 7-day holiday in China, which is often extended to 2 weeks. It does not have a fixed date. It follows the lunar calendar and can fall on different dates from late January to mid-February. The Kingdom of the Little People is a theme park in China located near Kunming. It was created with the aim of providing employment opportunities for people with dwarfism, as finding work in China can be a difficult task for them. The park's creators have been criticized multiple times for exploiting this theme. Visitors to the park come to watch live performances including ballet, dancing, and singing. The park employs around 100 dwarfs of various ages. Yaodongs, or cave houses, are a type of dwelling that is still popular in China today. Earthy shelters created in natural cave formations still exist all over the country. As of 2006, about 40 million people lived in such cave dwellings in northern China. Some of the earliest yaodongs were created as far back as the Bronze Age. Yaodongs provide coolness in the summer and warmth in the winter. The black snub-nosed monkey, which inhabits the southern province of Yunnan, lives in extreme conditions. Besides humans, it is the only other primate that lives and survives at such high altitudes. They thrive best in forests located at an altitude of 3,000 to 4,500 meters. Snub-nosed monkeys have evolved over time to adapt to their environment and are one of the most easily adaptable primates on Earth.